Yeah, this is the second time I've been live today, trying to figure out the best way to make these videos, and let me tell you, it's not going very well. I don't know what to do, what to say, or anything, and just talk, my wife's like, how is it that you don't know how to talk? You always used to talk. I'm like, I don't know. I just don't know what to talk about, you know? It's cold here, it's freezing ass cold. She had me go start the car to make sure that the car would start, and I froze to death, took the dog outside where he could go to the bathroom. That's about the extent of what's going on with me today. So there's not a lot of stuff to talk about, except for maybe the fact that some guy shot a bunch of people in Florida, or that the Super Bowl's coming up soon, or I missed an asteroid, or whatever is going on. There's always something going on in the world, and I'm always sitting here in Boo-Foo Egypt doing nothing, it seems like. It's like the world passes me by, like, whew, just passes me by. You know, I don't have things to talk about like a drug problem or my girlfriend or wife left me or, hey, what's up, Dakota? What do you got to say today? Anything? Been glad to be out of school for the last 2 days. I know that. What's going on in your life? Anything good? But anyways, I was saying, I don't have anything to talk about like that. Everything that revolves around me is music. Everything that I've ever wanted to do was music. So, you gonna laugh at me? Ha ha. Yeah. Funny. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to be, is funny. I couldn't be a stand-up comedian because I'm not that funny. And even though he said ha ha, but, I don't know I don't know what's on my mind. I lay here and I try to go to sleep sometimes, and I think to myself, why can't I go to sleep? What's going on with me? Of course, Hope would say that you don't have a problem sleeping because you snore me to death. So, I guess that's funny. Maybe I should have her videotape me snoring one day and put it on one of these videos where you all can see it. Laugh. When I was in Missouri, I was staying with a guy named Randy, and he videotaped me, and he let me hear myself the next day. And let me tell you, that's some funny shit. I never knew that I would do that. It was like I'd laugh, I'd go hee hee hee, and then my feet would twitch. Don't ask me, I don't know. It's weird. He might still have the video, actually. Maybe I can get it from him. That'd be kind of funny to see. But yeah, my sleeping habits. I usually don't go to sleep till like 3 in the morning, and then I usually have to get up to get Dakota to school, or up for school by 5:30. So not a lot of time sleeping. And after that, then I usually get on the computer and I do a bunch of stuff like that, and check my email and work on my stuff that I got going on, and go from there. Well, with the website, things are going really good. I got a lot of cool stuff coming out that y'all gotta check out. It's a Blastzone online. You're gonna like it. Did some interviews today with 4 people that were in the Star Wars movies, the new Star Wars movies, and did an interview with a guy who was in Game of Thrones, who was 7 foot tall, and he was the largest guy in Europe. Hey Corey, what's going on? Yeah, things are okay tonight. How about yourself? He's 7 foot tall and the tallest guy in Europe, and he was in Game of Thrones. He played a part in it. Kind of neat, I get to interview these people that most people probably wouldn't have interviewed before or known about. What are you going to be doing tonight, Core? Anything? I think I'm going to watch Emerald City and catch up on Star tonight. And yeah, it's about that. So we'll see what happens after that. But we tape a lot of stuff on DVR, so we have a lot of DVR stuff. So then we can go back on Saturdays, Fridays, and Saturdays when there's nothing usually on, and watch that. Also, they changed Rosewood to Friday nights too from Tuesday, so I think that's on the night too at 8 o'clock. So we get to catch up with that. I'm excited to see how Lucifer starts out again. I really like that show a lot, and there's some other shows. Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, Chicago Med. Then there's going to be a new Chicago one coming out about lawyers in, I think, February. There's a lot of new stuff out right now, a lot of new shows that they're trying to try out and see if we like. Got access to them over and over. Yeah, Rosewood's awesome. Hopefully, since they changed it to Fridays, they won't cancel it. That's the bad thing about TV. You start liking a show, and then they cancel it on you. They don't wrap it up. They don't do nothing. They just like bad ratings gone. You know, at least they saved Nashville. CMT saved Nashville, so the first episodes of that were on last night, and those were pretty good. They're pretty exciting to see what happened. We've missed for a long time. You know, a lot of the shows are being, oh, you do Nelson Ratings. I'd like to know how to do that. I've never done that before. Maybe you can send me a message or email and let me know how I can do Nelson Ratings. I'd love to be a part of that. Maybe I can save some shows instead of getting canceled all the time. Oh, okay, cool. You vote for the shows, cool. Oh, okay. Well, if you got any information, let me know. I'd like to be a part of it. I've seen where they have the Nelson rating things for people over 55, but I'm not over 55 yet, so, you know, I'm still in that 40 bracket, not the 50 bracket yet, so, anyways, as I was saying, canceled shows, they just cancel everything so quick, like Pure Genius, we were watching that's got canceled. You know, they're still continue playing it. There's a show we really liked here, what was it, 2 years ago? Called Red Band Society. That show was amazing. Amazing show. And it got canceled. You know, it's like if you go below like 4 point whatever, and they just like they cancel it. You know, so it's better to like shows that are on cable networks because their rating system's a lot more lenient. You know, like you like Z Nation and you know stuff like that. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, Core. Um, you know, like Z Nation. If you're a Z Nation fan, you can't be a Walking Dead fan. I call that bullshit because I like both shows. Both shows are totally equally different than the other. And one's more gruesome than the other. One's more, uh, you know, at first Z Nation was kind of hooky. And it got better. You know, I didn't like the ending of this season. I think the season sucked. And I thought it was just horrible that they would end it that way. You know, now with Walking Dead starting back in February 12th, you know, everybody's going to get back together. And, you know, everybody fails to realize that Carol and Morgan don't know that Glenn and Abraham are dead. You know, they were somewhere else. And they're part of the kingdom, and they haven't seen none of this. So when they go back and they find out that Glenn and Abraham are dead, Carol's gonna be a bitch on the run. Fuck, she's gonna mess some people up. If you think the Negan's gonna be gone though that quick, if you think Negan's gonna be gone that quick, y'all are in for a rude awakening because Negan's gonna be there for at least the next 2 or 3 seasons. Oh, you haven't seen it? Sorry. Spoiler alert, too late. Sorry I told you, but I figure everybody in the known world knew that Glenn and Abraham got beat to death. Well, yeah, they got beat to death with Lucille. The Lucille pretty much came down and gave them the wrath to Khan, let me tell you. Yeah, Walking Dead, I remember when me and my wife first saw it. We saw it, and we were like, we don't know if this is going to be any good or not. And they shot the little girl. Addie Miller, actually, is her name. And actually, her signature, I think, is on that poster up there somewhere. Either that one or the one over there.
She signed both of them.
She signed both of them. I can see it on that one over there better, but anyway. Yeah, those are Walking Dead posters in back behind me, and there's signatures of walkers, and there's a signature of Norman Reedus on there. And a lot of these walkers that are on there, they don't even do conventions anymore. So, hey, what's up, Sans Kane? You're the guy that's going to give me a dog one of these days, ain't you? I remember